This is Cindy from the New Moon Tarot, and this is a general love reading for Virgo for the week of June 15th. And if you want to order your own private reading, all of my information is down below in the description box. And if this one doesn't resonate, please check your other placements, your Venus, your moon, your rising sign, and you can find all those by just Googling for a free natal chart. They're pretty easy to find. All right, let's get started. So we have the Nine of Wands in reverse, along with the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Swords. So I have a feeling a lot of you went through a breakup. It was a pretty contentious breakup with the Knight of Swords. That's not very friendly energy. That's someone who's very angry. The Queen of Swords in the reverse position is not that friendly either. It's someone who's very logical and kind of cold about that logic. A lot of you, I think, have air in your chart, or you were dealing with another air sign. An air sign. There's a lot of air in this reading. So with the Nine of Wands, I think you abandoned this relationship. You realized it wasn't going to work as things stood. You did the logical thing about that and moved away from it. But we have the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords as well. So like I said, some of you are dealing with an air sign, specifically probably an Aquarius. With that Three of Pentacles, again, you decided you weren't going to work on this relationship. The King of Swords is very meticulous, very logical, doesn't get caught up in the emotional, aspects of this. It's not very emotional at all. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is, again, I'm not working the point in engaging this anymore. This wasn't great, and I think you realize that things could be different now, and I think they are a little bit different now. We'll take a look at that in a minute. But with the Ten of Swords showing up there as well, you were wounded. The Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups are both that energy of leaving, but the Six of Swords is taking all of that emotional baggage with you. See how all those swords are loaded up in the boat with her? She's got to deal with all of that stuff. It's a lot weighing a person down. And I think with the Ten of Swords there, you had a lot of burdens in this relationship, a lot of pain. I don't know what happened exactly, but it was pretty bad and it left an impression on you. So much so that I think you're just super logical right now. That Ace of Swords is, again, that logic, that reason. It's getting to the heart of the matter. It's getting to the truth, regardless of feelings, regardless of politeness. It's simply the truth. That's also embodied by Justice showing up there too. That's the facts. It's the cold, hard facts. And I think with the Page of Swords, you may have checked in on this person, or in the process of checking up on this person, you may have discovered things that led to this breakup. The Page of Swords is a scholar. The Page of Swords is very investigative, going out there looking for the truth, looking to get to the bottom of something. And I think you found it. The Ace of Swords can also be like a revelation or something that kind of comes down from out of the sky. So maybe you found out something that was just really bad, that you just, I can't even deal with this. This is too much. I gotta go. So we have that Knight of Swords, which again is that angry energy. This will show up whenever you're having an argument with someone. It can also mean playful arguing that you have, like in a relationship. Some people enjoy that banter back and forth where you tease one another, but I'm not getting those friendly vibes here. I'm getting you going after this person, or they went after you. Maybe it was mutually going after each other. You had a big blow up. The Hermit, you withdrew. You had to get the hell out of there. And with the Eight of Swords in reverse, I think that for a while you felt kind of mired down by all of this pain and this trauma, and going through this relationship and trying to sort things out. But I think you released yourself from all of that misery. I think you've taken a step back, but there's not a lot of emotion here, and that's what I'm sort of noticing right up top. I think you may have retreated into that logical place that feels very good, and I'm totally aware of doing that. I'm an Aquarius, and I can overthink something like you wouldn't believe. I can pull back and be very cold. And this may be what you did in order to survive this pain. Just throwing that out there, just intuitively, that's what's going on here. So let's look at your person. We have the Four of Pentacles, which is holding energy. They may not be speaking to you either. The Four of Cups is also that. It's an offer that you don't want. Then, along with the Three of Swords, excuse me, the Four of Swords, that's again withdrawal. So this is very closed off here. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and we have the Four of Cups. Very withdrawn energy, very pulling back, withholding, not letting your emotions out, not speaking to someone, not wanting anything to do with them. I have a feeling like you both went back into your corners and then you didn't come out again. There was just a big retreat. And I don't think things got solved. Unfortunately, with Mercury retrograde coming back in, a lot of unresolved issues will like bubble to the surface, especially if it has to do with communication. So yeah, there's a lot of communication that needs to happen here. We have the Six of Pentacles. I think they are wanting to balance those scales again. They're sick of being out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles. They don't want to leave things as they were. I think they want to communicate with you. That Eight of Wands would also be that. It's communication, it's reaching out to someone, it's swift moving action. I think during Mercury retrograde, you are going to hear from this person. They're going to reach out to you. They want to hash this out. I think they want you back. And I say that because we have the Magician, which is having all of the tools to manifest something. It's working towards a goal. The Magician is very powerful. The Magician decides his own fate, his or her own fate. Don't get caught up in gender. With Judgment there, that's a resurrection. It's a new beginning. Taking something that was dead and breathing new life into it. So I do think they want that opportunity, especially with that Nine of Wands showing up there. They haven't given up. They're tired. They're exhausted, just like you are. But they haven't quite given up on it. And I think to some extent you have. So that leads me to the advice portion of this, which is the Two of Swords. And that is that really a difficult decision. The Two of Swords is being torn between two options. You see that she's blinded there, so she doesn't see everything. There can be two really good options, two really bad options. You're choosing between what your heart wants to do and what your head wants to do, which is a terrible choice. But it looks like you're going to be using logic in this one because justice shows up yet again. This person may have transgressed against you, and that's why justice keeps showing up. They may have done something that was unethical or just terrible, something that almost is unforgivable. And I think with that, the King of Swords is showing up yet again, and this is not the only, like the King of Swords is all over this reading. That's very logical, very unemotional, very Sherlock Holmes sort of energy from the King of Swords. He's clever, he's logical, very reasoned, and not swayed by emotion. He's just not even interested in it. It's just not even a thing with him. So then we have the King of Swords yet again. But we also have the Queen of Swords. So with the Two of Cups in the middle, some of you are going to choose to give this relationship another shot. Like I said, I think you're dealing with an air sign here. You may have a lot of air in your chart as well, or you just embody that air energy. Some of you are going to give this person a shot. And I think some of you, this is just intuitively, are going to decide, no, I've had enough. I'm done. I'm going to look for new love, maybe with an air sign. So, yeah, that's a very uncomfortable sort of reading. It sounds like you've been through a lot. Well, I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please leave me a comment down below. Please like and subscribe because I do free readings every week. And let me know if you decide to do. All right, talk to you later. Bye.